What's going on, everybody? It's Z-Man here. Welcome back to the Soulless World. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday so far. Just want to first and foremost say I apologize that I've been pushing my streams back a lot, or just not streaming in general. I've just been having a lot of stuff going on outside of streaming and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to worry you guys. I'm doing just fine. But before we go ahead and really get started, I just want to say, if you enjoy yourself at any point in time, make sure to hit that like button. Check out links in the description below for all my social medias. And if you want to see more content just like this, consider subscribing. It's free. Always greatly appreciated. And yeah, Roth is first in the chat. How you doing, Roth? And we got Eric Pereira. Welcome in. How you doing? So today's stream, we're going to be doing a lot of resource gathering because I still technically have a little bit more calculations yet to do. Also, we got a sighting from Mr. Soulspawn. He actually showed up on the server for once. I know he doesn't play anymore, but he showed up on the server for his annual visit. So I guess I'll give him credit for that. But yeah, we have a lot of resource gathering to do today because I have big things planned. Now, I do technically have a schematic, right? I do have a schematic. It's a current work in progress, but I do at least want to head on over there. I'll show you guys what I have been working on. And I've been working on the next big build of this world. And that is going to be the Duskhearth manor, whatever you really want to call it. It's going to be going right in this space here. Now, honestly, I'm probably going to end up moving this back by a few blocks at minimum. We'll see how it all lines up, but it is starting to get dark. So I do want to go ahead and sleep really quick before we really show off this big build. Now, it's not as big as, like, for example, Roth's castle that he's working on. It's not... I accidentally hit escape. It's not as big as Carmelithor either, but I think it's a good enough size to where it's going to require lots of resources and lots of effort. And I do want to keep in mind, this is the work in progress version that you're about to see. This is not the most recent version that I have been concocting as of lately. So yeah, this thing is absolutely massive. But, oh, I can go ahead and remove all these placements. We're going to rotate this way. I don't know. I can't fully see the whole thing. I might need to fix that. How did I fix that again? I already forget. I think I had to be area. Nope, not area selection. Do not want to do that. Oopsies. Why do I always forget how to do this? Schematic placements, configure. Yeah, this is not right. I never know why. There we go. So if we do all above. Yes, here we go. Finally, we've got it loaded in. I don't know why it always takes me for freaking ever to get it loaded in. But yeah, you can see how big this thing is going to be. And I need to make sure that we have it facing the correct direction too. So yeah, this is the backside here. So we want to take this and configure. We're gonna, where the heck do we? I thought there was a way to, there we go. All right, let's go back over this way now and move it. I thought I had enough space there, but apparently not. And to player down a block, and we can back that up a bit there. And we can at least see how this is looking. So this is going to be a big build. A big build to say the least. And it may even just barely fit in this space too, which means I might need to do a little bit more terraforming. But I think actually I was pretty freaking close to being accurate. So this is a schematic that I uploaded because I've been working on this on a different computer. But yeah, you can see how absolutely massive this thing is going to be. If we go into the flyover here, you can see that some of the adjustments that I did here, some of the stuff's going to be removed, but this is basically just the start of the shell. But we need a lot of resources because it's not just going to be made out of spruce. I finally started kind of break out of my shell where I just really didn't do a very good job of utilizing all the Minecraft blocks for texturing and gradients. I've been doing a little bit better when it comes to at least stone and stuff like that, but when it comes to like wood builds, I've always just done like straight wood. Like I don't really mix in any other wood types with spruce, for example. Actually not really an example, a great example here, because these are all stone houses, but like I just need to get better at doing that, just doing gradients with wood more so. So I do have a pretty extensive list that I still need to finish working on here. But as you guys may have seen, I am currently in the process of gathering up some mangrove wood, and that is because I need a ton, and I mean a ton of mangrove wood, not the logs, the wood specifically. And I've just been tossing this stuff off to the side because it's really not that useful. But yeah, I have a lot of wood that I need to get. To be more specific, for especially for mangrove, I'm starting with some of the more difficult blocks to get because I try to get the hard stuff out of the way first. But if we go ahead and take a look at my list here really quick, how many mangrove wood blocks do I need? 1,238, which equates to about 20 stacks of mangrove wood. So for each one wood, or we get 3 wood per, yeah, 3 wood per stack of logs. So we get about 48. So if we just go ahead and take what we currently have, and just make the mangrove wood, that puts us up to approximately 5 stacks and some change. That is certainly, actually, we're kind of technically already about a third of the way there, which is a little bit surprising because I did not expect it to be so little. I thought it would take a lot more. I mean, I've been working on these trees ever since earlier today. So, like, pretty much as soon as I got home from work, I'd just been grinding these trees and getting as much wood as I possibly could. So, I guess I'm kind of trying my best to do a lot of this off camera, but it's something that you guys, I don't know. I felt like this would be a nice chill stream where I could just kind of chat with you guys, see how you doing. How's your summer going so far? Are you enjoying it? If you're like me, who has a job and is just working their life away, it's probably not that great right now. But hey, at least it's summertime, right? It's nice weather. At least for people in the northern hemisphere. I think it's all snow and stuff down in the southern hemisphere, so sucks for those people. But alas, here we are. We are doing the resource grinding today. And the reason why I'm doing it on stream this time around as compared to when I would normally just do this stuff off camera is because I wanted to kind of talk about some of the other future plans of the World 2. I've been slowly but surely working on some concepts for nothing really planned or anything. I want to keep that in mind. It's very rough and raw ideas for what I've got for future settlements and stuff like that. We've already kind of talked about the one that is going to be off this way, the big old hill here that we're going to fix up and turn into the next human settlement. That'll be nice and fun to do. I know I'm very much putting off doing the second half of this mountain range. I will get to it at some point. I do know that much. Hi, Raiden. How's it going? Welcome back. So you make me a crappy little village. You're gonna get a crappy little village at some point. That's what you deserve. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You deserve nothing but a greatness. How's your Tuesday so far, Raiden? Hey, cat, do you mind? Thank you for stop scratching my chair over there. And you know, I've kind of thought about some potential YouTube channel member perks as well, because I know as of right now, at minimum, we have the statues in Carmelithor, and like that's swell and all, but I may have come up with a potentially good idea, which I guess is a little bit more of an incentive for the higher perks, the higher tier perks in comparison to like the dwarf peasants and warriors and all that stuff. Come here. Come here. You need to stop scratching up everything. Come here. Come here. Come here. Don't you dare start scratching that chair. Hey, I don't see you. I can see you. She's being such a little shit right now. Going good bit in lazy day since it's hot to do anything. I wish it was hot here. I mean, it's still warm, but I wish it was hot. Like dripping sweat. Just, I would have loved to just sit outside in some really hot weather right now. Raiden wants to be a lord that exploits his villagers. That kind of goes into the idea that I was potentially tossing around in my head. Oh, hold on a second. I shall be right back. Okay, guys, sorry, I stepped away for a moment. Package came for me. this is a package I've been waiting for a hot minute now. I'm very excited about it. So I went ahead and it's a t-shirt, but I thought it was really funny. Today, I'm a serious goose. Great, I love this shirt. I've seen this shirt all over TikTok. I caved and bought it. It was really... I don't have enough funny t-shirts, okay? So I was like, you know what? I have a little bit of spare money in my budget. I'm gonna treat myself. And treat myself I did. I'm a serious goose today. Things are serious here in the Soulless World. But anyways, as I was trying to say, with kind of the incentivization for higher channel member perks, I thought it could be an interesting way for, you know, the higher the perk you have, the ability that you can have in the Soulless World to potentially be made like a lord of a town or something like that, and could kind of even potentially make your way into some of the world lore too. Now, I still have to think rather hard about that decision because it's a big one that I would also kind of have to run by with Roth, because primarily we want to have it so that like everything's going to stick to our world lore as we develop things and build things over time. But like once things are under development, once a new project has been started or something like that, just as an example, it's like the next kingdom that's built, the next hamlet or the next town or whatever that is going to be worked on, that will go up for a bid to higher tier channel members, and then like I don't know, there's a lot to it that I have to think about yet, but in concept it sounds kind of cool / incentivizing, I think. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I'd love to hear your thoughts. What am I going into there? I already put all that stuff in there. I have some bone meal. I need more of it though. So let's go ahead and yeah, we'll just use up what we have first. Raiden like hamburger. I'm guessing Raiden has hamburger now. Hamburgers are quite good. Hamburgers are indeed quite good. I like that statement. Hamburger. All right. So you asked my thought. Raiden, did you hear anything that I had just mentioned within the past 3 minutes about what I wanted to do with my channel member perks? Or are you just tuning back in after getting hamburger? I did listen, but I was thinking. Oh, buddy. No one ever... Don't ever let anybody ruin your day. That's fair enough. I guess I probably maybe should have specified on what I was trying to say there is, oh, what are your guys' thoughts on this concept for the server? And then as the world becomes more developed and whatnot, you know, because we're technically building in modern day of our world. So like, but just, I guess more so just saying is like, oh yeah, like, you once places built up enough, like you can then potentially become a lord of the town, and depending on your tier of channel membership, you can then, whether it's like claim more than just one town, or depending on how much you donate, stuff like that. And all that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very rough idea, but I think it's a cool concept overall. And Raiden also agrees that it's cool. It's cool. Yes. What the hell's going on? I can hear some yelling upstairs. It's just my grandfather letting the dogs out. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of like the timeline for when I want to get, or when I want to say, you know, quote unquote, Duskhearth is done, is probably after the mansion is built. Like, once we get the mansion built here, I don't think there's really going to be much more that I'll be adding to this. And if there's anything that I'm going to add, it's more than likely going to be like more farmland up this way. Smaller farmhouses that are kind of scattered further away from the main town. Maybe a couple more market stalls here or there. But like filling in this forest and whatnot, it's kind of more so just like going with the flow of my ADHD, undiagnosed by the way, that it's like whatever I'm in the mood for, that's what I'm going to work on over time. But we'll, like, in my free time, I should say. And then anything that, you know, over time, something else takes a priority or something like that. Kind of like how I've been putting off building the mountain range. Oops. It's just kind of like whatever I'm in the mood for, that I'll work on off camera, but on camera is like we'll work on the actual projects, like putting, you know, building another kingdom, putting hamlets around it, that kind of thing. And ideally, my goal would be to have Duskhearth done by like end of July, so that I can start coming up with some other concept ideas for whether it is going to be the human kingdom over here, or we build out the road and put another hamlet out somewhere. Not entirely sure yet. But like just simple things. Simple, small ideas here and there that I can actually sit down and think about, figure out what we want to do moving forward. Because we've now been working on Duskhearth pretty heavily for, I want to say, at least 15 streams now, and each stream is roughly 3 to 3.5 hours, maybe sometimes even longer. But if we do that, that's about 45-ish hours on camera that I've put into Duskhearth. Now, if I were to go off camera hours, I mean, obviously I do a lot of resource gathering off camera for small things, but like, you know, the forest, the lumberyard area, like for all the trees and stuff that I'm putting in. It's a lot. It's a lot of time that I dedicate to this place. I want to say if I were to do like just based off of resource gathering and other factors, Duskhearth probably has at least 70 hours put into it. Just including the building, including the resource gathering and all that stuff. I want to say Duskhearth has a total of about 70 hours. And that's going to include tonight, so we could probably even go as far as to say like 73. Because this stream's going to at least be 3 hours. But I don't want to necessarily spend a ton of time in one spot if I can avoid it, unless it's something that like I'm extremely passionate about, like how I was with Carmelithor and how I worked on that for the better part of 10 months with excavation, the resource gathering, you know, planning. I want to say at least 85% of that time was just the excavation and planning. The building probably didn't take nearly as much. I mean, technically, if we want to think about it, Duskhearth still has, or Carmelithor still has a lot more that I want to do with it, but I just haven't really been motivated to do it, if that makes sense. And then as I spend, you know, some time away from each place, I can, you know, come back to it and be like, oh, like there's this part that I haven't worked on in quite some time, or I'm working on a different project and it's like, oh, I just thought of this really cool idea for, you know, Duskhearth or Carmelithor or wherever else that we're working on, is that I want to work on different things, but not broaden it too much to the point where I'm working on too much at one time, if that makes sense. Because then if I'm working on too much at a time and I'm not giving myself enough time to like really relax from working on the Soulless World and stuff like that, then I'm just going to get burnt out, and you know, it's going to be longer time spans between streams and other content around this world. Which is why this is kind of like a different approach to how I've played Minecraft in general, is that if I get stuck on one thing for too long, I'll burn myself out. But if I give myself multiple things to work on, then I can, you know, just bounce back and forth, because that's what I tend to do in general with a lot of things, is I bounce back and forth between, you know, other projects in general. So yeah, a little insight into my chaotic brain there. But I want to start working on other stuff too, so I feel like I'm starting to almost hit my limit when it comes to working on Duskhearth, which is why I also started, you know, the Great Eastern Road. Like, it only goes to here right now, but I can spend time off camera, or we can work on it more on camera too, of just having it wind through, like just work on it. So yeah. Brain go burr. That's pretty much all I have to say for myself. My brain does a lot of thinking. A little bit too much sometimes, some might say. I'm hanging on to these white tulips because for whatever reason, I just now realized this, but the white tulips actually give gray dye. So I might even attempt to try to do like some sort of, what do you call it? Flower farm? Yes, flower farm. To get myself more of the white tulips so that I can get the dye that I'm going to need for filling in the caverns in Carmelithor. So I still have to do that. I still have to fill all that in with glass, you know, give it that cavernous effect that I've been mentioning for a very long time now. I just have not done it. I'll be honest though, kind of going off on a tangent now. I hate gathering mangrove wood. It is an absolute nightmare. Also, I do have some friends over there. What are you looking at, my guy? You don't even notice me. You're just looking off in that direction like an absolute fool. You're a fool. Okay. And like I don't think there's any specific way to farm mangrove. I think it's just simply grow the trees and chop them down like this. If anybody knows of a potential mangrove tree farm that I could build, let me know. But more than likely, it's just going to be nothing, because I personally haven't been able to really find anything that I feel like would fit into a certain space. Because if you guys remember, probably a couple streams ago now, when we talked with Roth, this was also probably, maybe even last stream, I can't remember, but we talked with Roth about like doing our farms in different parts of the world where they kind of fit into the theme of, you know, the region, the settlement, that kind of stuff. And doing a mangrove wood farm in particular would have to be done in a swamp, and I don't even remember where we had a swamp. Excuse me. Because bamboo, jungle, savanna, forest, birch forest, sunflower plains, flower forest, taigas. Like I don't think we've been to a swamp in I don't even know how long. I truly don't. I don't know how long it's been. So doing a mangrove tree farm in a swamp would probably be ideal, and I would want to, you know, make it in a setting that would fit it best, instead of just doing a random mangrove tree farm, you know, in a plains or something like that. As far as I know, a lot, at least for Roth, because I think he's used a bit of mangrove here and there too, has just planted the propagules and just grown the trees himself instead of doing like a farm specific type of deal. Don't quote me on that though. All right. So after we get this mangrove here, I honestly just might go down the list of what I need and try to get as much of it as we can. Whatever I don't get today, I more than likely will end up getting another time, so that next stream we can then just get right into building this, the mansion, because I know for a fact I'd like to get moving on that pretty much as soon as possible, because it's going to take probably at least maybe three streams, depending on how long I go, and you know, depending on whatever I have on me. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. And then I also will have to work on the interiors, which I have not worked on practically any interiors yet for like any of the houses in Duskhearth. Those are all still empty. So that will have to be fixed up too. But then again, it comes back to motivation and kind of being picky choosy with what I want to work on in this world. Because yeah, it's going to take a lot of effort to do all the interiors too. Especially if we're going to try and be as unique as possible with each house. I mean, in all honesty, I probably should just come up with like 2, 3, maybe even 4 different types of interiors. We do have, or like just one interior for each type of house that we have, and just copy and paste, which may seem boring, but we can always come back and change it too. It's not like we have to stick with the one type of interior either. And I do know Roth's brother wanted to try to get back into Minecraft, and we've given him permission to, you know, play on the server and work on interiors as well, since that, I believe he mentioned that it's like one of his strong suits when it comes to building. It's like he has no problem working on interiors, which is a positive, because for somebody like me who kind of struggles with interiors from time to time, having that extra set of eyes on, you know, insight design and whatever could be very beneficial for how I just go about doing that stuff in the future too. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can even get Ross brother to help out a bit with some of the interior stuff for other things too. The other thing that sucks about mangrove wood too is that it takes, like, you don't get that much wood out of the trees. Kind of like the acacia trees too, is that they just like branch off in so many different directions, so you are spending a decent amount of time going through each tree, you know, kind of wasting time, but not really at the same time, of just trying to get it done. I just want to get these trees chopped up as quick as possible, because I don't have a farm for these trees either. If I had a farm, it'd probably be a different story. And with how much limited time I have with each stream and all that fun stuff. It's not fun just wasting time. Also, it seems we might have missed a log over there. I'll have to go back and grab that at some point. Whoop. Yeah, I think I got maybe like 15 logs out of that. And that's probably like one of the better trees that I've gotten. Mangrove is such a pain. It's probably why I wouldn't necessarily say feel discouraged to build out of mangrove, but it's just, I don't like the fact that I'm wasting a bunch of time with each tree. Just being picky, I guess. What else can we talk about? Oh, so I guess we could kind of talk about what the whole thought process is for building the mansion. Is I feel like I did it in a fairly unique way, in the fact that the mansion is designed with thought of, you know, a mansion-esque build. But at the same time, I decided to try and go with like there's going to be at least a couple, you know, keep / castle vibes to it too. We still have like the high sloped roofs that we do in the village and whatnot, but I decided to kind of blend the two together. And what I think I can have in the end, which next time I'll make sure that I have the proper schematic. I just did not have it today with me. You can actually see what I mean by that. How much? We have a lot of crap in here. Damn. And I'm hanging on to these mangrove roots too, because we could potentially use the rooted mud in a build in the future. Potentially. Also, we're up to a decent amount of mangrove propagules. I'm just gonna toss those into here. I'm gonna just get rid of these. I really don't use ominous bottles for anything. I don't go to the trial chambers enough to justify holding on to that. Now some of you might say, Zman, why would you do that? That was stupid. I need it. I'm gonna need space in my chests. Alright. Gosh darn it, I am wasting my bone meal. Even though Roth has a whole bone meal farm. I think he swapped it back to moss. But we still have a whole farm. So I guess I shouldn't be that picky. These are some decently tall trees. At least the taller the trees, the more wood we get out of them, so I can't complain that much. Go ahead and toss those. It's a bit more bone meal. I'm actually starting to get kind of low on my bone blocks too. We'll have to stop by Roth's place at some point and check out how much bone meal he has, because I know he's been building a lot with bone blocks. So I would guess that he has a decent amount of that kind of stuff. And we might even see him hop on at some point tonight. I know he said he might be hopping on to just do some resource gathering and chatting. He is not going to stream tonight because he already streamed last night. Which, by the way, you should totally check out Roth and his progress that he's doing on his Elven Kingdom by checking out his channel in the description below. Give him some love too. He works very hard on his builds. Some would even say a little bit too hard, because he's been working on strictly Rhyme Wield for pretty much ever since the beginning of 2025. Now, he does take some hiatuses here and there because of health issues and whatnot, so sometimes he just doesn't have that freedom to work on stuff nearly as much as I do, but he's still dedicated nonetheless, which I can be more happier about. And with the whole Chaos Cube, which, by the way, that released today, so hopefully within the next week or so we get our mods updated so that we can hop into that and check out those features, because there's some really neat stuff coming from that. And if you guys also haven't noticed, we never updated to Tiny Takeover either. And that was more so a personal choice by me, because I say we, but I personally didn't feel like there was enough in Tiny Takeover to justify updating my server, or updating the server, I should say. So I decided to just wait until we got another content drop that justified an update, and Chaos Cubed kind of does that, because not only do we get a new cave biome and mob, but it probably helps for, you know, just server stability in general. You know, playing on older versions can sometimes be risky. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but yeah, hopefully in the next couple weeks we can update the server to Chaos Cubed, explore the Sulfur Caves, explore the other features of it. But it's funny because we're getting Chaos Cubed now, but the next game drop is going to have what's probably been one of the more anticipated updates of all time, with the new wood type and the new forest, but not just that, but, you know, orange and autumn colored vibes finally coming to Minecraft. That'll be very nice, especially for like custom trees and stuff like that. I'm very excited for the next game. Or I guess technically now it's the next game drop after Chaos Cubed. The game drop after Chaos Cube. Yeah, we'll just say that. I don't know. Man, these mangrove trees are an absolute pain in the ass. But I need the wood. I need the wood. I shall suffer through it if it means that I can get what I need. May also need to get another hoe here soon, because this one is starting to get some wear and tear on it, which is not good. I'm gonna make sure that we don't accidentally break it. The heck is the center for this tree? This one's like, you get such different sizes of trees when it comes to the mangrove too. So you can get some tiny ones or you can get some big ones. Just never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Oh, I fell. Oh, man. This is... I know this is very boring. I apologize, but I need... It needs to get done. Absolutely needs to get done, otherwise... If I didn't spend tonight getting this stuff, I'd probably be spending the next couple days doing it. But on top of that, I also need to be working on the next episode for Dungeon Heroes. Because I've been lacking very hard on that lately. It's been, what, almost 2 weeks since the last episode? Just about 2 weeks? Over 2 weeks? So... You know, I think I mentioned it last time too, is that like initially it seemed like there was quite a bit of interest in it, and then it just died out of nowhere. I'm just like, what? I don't know, you guys gotta let me know. Are you enjoying Dungeon Heroes? At least for what I have out so far. What could it be improved? I feel like I don't know, maybe it's been ever since I dropped off of Middle Earth mod, that my motivation for videos has just drastically changed. And that's not good, because like it shouldn't just be content. It really shouldn't. Also, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I need to run and do something really quick. Okay, everybody, I am back. Sorry about that. My grandmother needed something from me really quick. Come on, tree. Sorry, I have an itch, like, right behind my ear. It's been driving me crazy. You know, I did spend all day in a ceiling. And I shouldn't say all day. It was the better part of this morning in the ceiling. Doing some wire runs and stuff like that. But I got home, I showered, cleaned myself up, and I still feel so itchy from like the ceiling tile, because it was old ceiling tile that I was working with, and it was basically just falling apart in my hands as I was trying to, you know, move the tiles around so I could, you know, work with the wire runs and stuff like that. But it was an absolute nightmare. I felt so itchy all day, and I think it's still kind of like there. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. Just feeling itchy still. Sucks. Kind of wish my university's maintenance crew would take a bit better care of the old, outdated stuff that we have in some of our basement classrooms. Because it's, let me tell you, they're like waterlogged, nasty, old ceiling tiles that have needed replaced for the longest time, but just didn't. I don't know why. They just don't fix it. Such a simple fix. Go up, get some new ceiling tiles, go up there and replace them. Like, I swear, some of the ceiling tiles I feel like haven't been replaced since the classroom was built. It's nasty. Alright, what do we got here now? Let's throw away the sticks, moss carpets. I feel like I'm getting way more mangrove roots than I am getting the actual wood. That's just factual, and it's kind of sad. Let's see what we get out of this. Alright, we're making progress. We're up to 11 stacks out of, what, the 20 that I need? Where's my Google Doc that had this? Mangrove wood. 20. Yeah, I need 20 stacks of this wood. It's 11 and a half stacks out of 20, though. Ain't too bad. We shouldn't be doing this for too much longer, which will be nice. Like I said, once we get the more difficult stuff out of the way, then we can kind of just zoom through these next few requirements I'm going to need. Like the iron bars I'm going to need. Some of the spruce is going to be the most time consuming, I feel like, because I just have these two large spruce tree plots. I probably could make more, potentially, to save myself a little bit more time. I don't know if it will realistically save me enough time, but yeah, I need like over 9,900 blocks of spruce planks. I think if I did the math right, it's like 145 stacks of planks. Just like, oh, that's so much. That's probably one we won't get to today. But we'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. We still have plenty of time yet, right? It's already 7 o'clock. Damn. I guess time flies when you're having fun, right? Right? Already spent an hour doing this. Ugh. So painful. So very painful. That was easy enough. Just not enough wood. Could have used a lot more wood on that tree. Oh, I forgot to grow this propagule completely. Damn. Honestly, it's not worth holding on to that stuff for now. I can just toss that and free up more inventory space for roots. Yeah, this hoe is about ready to fall apart here shortly, so that's kind of unfortunate. But it's fine. We'll make it work. For as long as we need it to. Do I have my... No. You know, it might be in my ender chest, actually. Could very well be in my ender chest that my tools are in. Yes. Wonder why there's just a random leaf out there. It's just floating there, nothing connected to it. Probably just didn't get updated, in all honesty. Sometimes with these like tree chopper mods, like the leaves just get like stuck almost. Probably just needs to be updated. Right. Chopping the trees. You know, what I I've been designing the Duskhearth mansion now for probably close to a week now, give or take. And I really wanted to actually put some thought process into what blocks I wanted to use for the build. And I guess I really just didn't take into account the fact that this is a massive amount of effort for a block that is relatively prominent, but probably could have been left out if I really wanted to. I just thought it would be nice to kind of spice things up a bit. Finally get into some gradients with wood and using blocks I don't normally use in Minecraft. And, you know, I guess that's kind of more so of the ease of accessibility for me. And in working with the blocks that I normally build with. I feel like that's what it really comes down to, is if a block is easy to get, I'm more inclined to use that block in a build. Whereas, oh, you have to spend over an hour gathering the wood that you're gonna need for this build? Nah, not worth it. Too much time and effort, am I right? This is what I get for trying to build out of my comfort zone. You know what? I'm gonna quickly... Oh, great. There's a piece of wood up there that I forgot. Ugh. Oh, that I guess I should probably watch my step, huh? Before I just go jumping around. How you guys doing? Still hanging in there, having a good time. No. Let's see. What? I'm just so delirious right now. I don't know why. Like, I just feel so tired for some reason. I don't know if it's just because I'm like, this is just so boring that I'm just like, ugh. In retrospect, this probably could have just not been a stream. I probably could have worked on something a little more productive. But I'm going to continuously say, it's going to be worth it in the long run. Just be patient, man. Be patient. This hose about to break, actually. Should probably be a little more cautious to using it. I feel like I already checked it, and I was like, yeah, I can keep using it. Let's check here. Yep. There's my tools. Just gonna use this one. Definitely one of my smarter ideas to start keeping my tools in my ender chest rather than just leaving it my shulker wherever the heck out there in the world. Then I'm not running around constantly trying to figure out where the heck my stuff is. I can just simply access it via ender chest. Probably would have been the smart thing to do from day one, but I never said I was smart, guys. Never said I was smart. We'll do another update after clearing out these couple trees that we have left over. See how much more progress we need to do with this. Oh, I'm sorry. Need to stretch real quick. Oh, I messed up my back a few weeks ago. Then more recently, it was like back to normal. It was great. And then this past weekend, my cousin needs help moving some stuff, whatever. And I re-irritate my back. And I knew the moment that I had re-irritated my back, I was just going to be in a world of discomfort and pain. I still have yet to ever go see a chiropractor for any of these issues, though. Don't know if I really need to go see one, though, because it kind of fixed itself after some time. But, if I saw one more frequently, perhaps, I can learn how to remediate the issue quicker, rather than just sit there and deal with it like an idiot. All right, seems like it's time to go Betty bye. You know, those vines were actually very helpful. I didn't have to build up as much. It's nice. I'm actually starting to get quite I'm up to a few stacks of propagules now. Do I even actually have... I really don't have that much mangrove wood to really turn into anything at the moment, so we're just gonna do another batch and then check. Trying to grow as many of these as we can too. You know, sometimes it's difficult to gauge when these are going to grow, because you might end up wasting bone meal. I feel like I've wasted some bone meal. My bone meal resources are very limited, so I'm trying to be sparing about it, using it like that, like small things that I'm just complaining about. Okay, bye. I guess the game just decided, hey, you're no longer gonna stand there. Kind of rude if you ask me. Oh, really, game? Is this the game we're gonna play? Alright, build up. Clear out some leaves. Move the most random blocks ever, because these trees are the most annoying things to harvest. I hate mangrove wood. I can officially say it. My least favorite tree type, mangrove. And it's strictly for the way that it generates. Like acacia, I get it. It's a little wonky, you know, the way that it generates, but at least it's easily harvestable. Mangrove wood is such a pain in the ass, and I might try to avoid ever trying to manually harvest mangrove ever again. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely horrid. I might go out of my way to actually find a way to just make a farm for this. If I can. If there even is one. I don't know if there is a way to make a mangrove farm. But it'll be something I do off camera. Because, man, I'm only slightly irritated right now. For how long this is taking me. I do apologize. I do. At least there's going to be, for the most part, there's quite a few resources in, you know, in the build that are going to be very easy to get. So that's pretty much what I'm just going to do. Like, immediately after this is just go for a lot of the easy, smaller stuff. You know, just for the way that mangrove generates, I might even say that it's worse than birch. You guys know me. I despise building out of birch. It's not a pretty color at all. Like, it's just, ugh, hate it. Give me my wood blocks and let's move on. All right. Sounds like a plan to me. Oh, there was one propago that I did not grow yet. Really? I'm gonna grow it anyways since I... Screw it. Gonna forget about it. Since I just, you know, chopped it up anyways. It's fine. It's totally fine. Honestly, I might just say screw it after these sets of trees and just start working on getting the smaller stuff, the less annoying components. I can get the rest off camera. We've spent way too much time harvesting mangrove wood. At least I'll have plenty of propagules to use in the future if I ever do make another mangrove farm. Alright, that should be the last of that. Finally. Good heavens. Alright, let's also go ahead and, well, sleep first before the bad things start spawning and getting me. Seeds, sticks, flowers, moss carpets. We need none of it. Let's see how much wood we can get out of this. Alright, a few more stacks. That puts us up to 17 and 8 blocks out of the 20 that I need. I'm going to just go ahead and track that on my materials list. 17. Sure, we'll say that. So I only need to get a couple more stacks, which is nice. You can put the rest of this away. All right, so next up on my list, I'm going to need 13 stacks of dirt. Seems easy enough. I'm actually going to do myself a favor. I'm going to move these chests. I'm being attacked. Leave me alone. Keep the bones, though. I'm going to take these chests on over to where I'm going to be building a mansion. And honestly, I just thought about this, but what if instead of having this... I mean, we'll still have this trail, but originally I was thinking I would have this trail wind backwards. I'm not so much a fan of that anymore. I think it might be a better idea if we were to knock out this section of the hill here and build our way up to here. Oh, I do like that. I do like that idea quite a bit. But anyways, this should be really easy to get. So that's 4, 8, 11 stacks of dirt. Right? Yes. So then I can fly back on over to this area over here because I know I have a couple or a few stacks of dirt sitting in one of these chests. Yep. So we can go those 3. Actually, while I'm here, how much grass did I need? Grass blocks 99, 2 stacks. Just in case I don't have that. Just in case. I think this, I thought this did have some grass in it too. Okay, well, so that's 13 stacks there, 2 stacks of that. Awesome. Grass blocks. Put X, knowing that's complete. dirt. Complete. 11 stacks of packed mud. I could probably wait to do that. $10 black stained glass. I know for a fact that I have glass down here. Probably gonna need quite a bit of glass. Yellow stained glass. Oop. So what we'll do is fly on down into here. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, light gray. More light gray. Look at all this stuff that I have here. Still need to cover that up, by the way. But alright, I need at least a stack for yellow. I'm gonna need 54 green. And then 10 for a black stained glass. And then I should have all the dyes that I need down here. If not, yellow is 64, which I'm not going to need that much. Black, 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 black. Ink sacks. Technically only need 8. Right. I knew I had more. I think the only thing that I'm gonna have to run and grab is it's kind of unfortunate. Black 50. I guess I probably should have just grabbed the couple stacks of glass that I was going to need instead. Yeah, green. I know I have, or I know that there's a cactus farm underneath where the mansion is going. So that's where I can get the green dye. Like I said, I'm going to need 50 of that. So 7 cactus. Oh, interesting. I thought... I'm just gonna put that back. Oh, that's where that was supposed to go, but it didn't. Ah. It's all making sense now. Alright, get that cooking. That's now... Ah, there we go. And last one. Excellent. A little bit of extra, but that's fine. Damn, that's a lot of paper. There's just There's a whole conglomerate of stuff down here that evidently might have to be moved at some point. I'm not entirely sure. Did want to double check this. All right. Honeycomb is starting to get up to a double chest again. That's good. Because we did accidentally turn all of our honeycomb into blocks, which was really stupid by me. But anyways, now that we can now mark those off. Yellow stained glass, green stained glass, and black stained glass. I'm also going to need some polished deep slate. I should have some polished deep slate somewhere. Oh, look at that. Black stained glass. Could have used that instead. Whoops. Oh. All right. Not in there. Deep slate. I feel like I had deep slate somewhere. That's all deep slate brick, which I do need. I need 54 stacks of those. Ugh. So I'll take that. At least. Oh, wait, polished. Polished deep slate. If in case anybody has chatted, I do not have it up currently, so I do apologize about that. Polished deep slate 15. Take that. Couple extra stacks of deep slate bricks. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna go down into an ancient city at some point and just excavate the crap out of it. Take all of those blocks, save myself some time. I mean, how much time am I really saving? Probably not that much. But it still would be nice to just kind of use that stuff up. I mean, it's just gonna sit there forever. Ew. There's a lot of monsters. It is sleepy time then. Okay. I shall go ahead and stack the deep slate there. I'm not going to jam up the tree farm, even though that's going to move at some point. Whenever my buddy can get around to moving it. I think he said he was going to try to find a better design. One black dye, it's not going to really matter. I do want my torches, though. I do want those back. Thank you. Alright, so now, honestly, I might be able to just move this stuff out of the way. Also, I'm now realizing that there's a block missing from there, and that's going to drive me insane. I hope it drives everybody else insane, too. Okay, so we got the polished deep slate. That's good. Deep slate tile stairs. I probably should have double checked that. We'll need spruce fence gates. Honestly, just might take this stuff so that I can at least get started on some of the stuff that I will need. How many tile stairs? 25. I have 7. Just need to make 18 more. What a waste. I know. $25 of those. Don't need those tiles right now. All right, spruce fence gates. I have 11. I'm gonna need to make... I need 30, so I need 19. $27. Need 3 more. All right, that's good. Five spruce doors. Just make 6, because why not? We'll need a water bucket at some point. I can get that whenever. Anvils, I need 36 of those, which we have our iron farm for. So let's head on over that way. You know, at some point, I started kind of thinking about what I wanted to do up here. And having some, like, caverns above could be kind of cool. Potentially. I don't know. See? Let's just make as many of these as we can. 18 out of how many? 36? $27. It's 32. I need 4 more. So I need 12 blocks. All right, 36 anvils. Toss the rest of that into there. Call it good on that. All right, now I need deep slate brick slabs. Owie. Well, I need more rockets, too. Down to my last one. That lip there definitely caught me. How many deep slate brick slabs? 44. Trying to use up as much as we can. 6. Perfect. That works for me. Alright, yeah, 44 deep slate brick slabs. Got that. 55 tough bricks. Know I have a whole bunch of tough in the other storage room. But I guess while I'm here, I wanted to also consolidate some of these chests. Potentially even use a couple of these out in the for where I'm storing stuff right now. So I'm gonna need probably at least 3 to 4 double chests of just spruce logs. Or spruce planks, I should say. It's gonna be a lot. So, tough bricks. Need 55 of those. 1. Should have a stone cutter somewhere. How do I... Like, I have all these resources, yet somehow, some way, I always manage to not have the workstations that I need, though. Like, make that make sense. Alright, so I just need 4 of those. Tough bricks. Done. Spruce fences. I need 99 of those. Oh, gosh. Honestly, I will probably try to use... Double check how many I have in storage, by the way. We'll need a bunch of trapdoors. Shelves I will need at some point. Make these into sticks. So I have 62 and I need 99. So I need 37. 37. 64 plus 19 is 85 of 99. $85, $88, $91, $4, $97, $100. That's fine. That's cool with me. As long as I know that I have that, I am all good. Now, tough brick slabs, I need 100 of those. You know what? I'm going to take what I have currently out to where I'm dumping all this stuff. You know, I thought I could be cool and just fly through the mountain, but no. We'll take the easy route. I'm I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of back and forth between my storage units and... Let me fly! Oh, that's not good. Check. Oh, hi there. I am now on fire. Creepers, just stay away, okay? Why don't I put the deep slate stuff into there? Store that there. Double check how much I'm gonna need of trapdoors. 424. How many stacks is that? We're gonna have to say 7 stacks. It's gonna be a lot of spruce wood too. What am I doing? So that's 3 stacks there. Honestly, by the way, guys, guess what I found the other day? Remember when I lost all the wood a while ago? I found it. Over where I was building the trees. I feel so silly. I'm pretty sure that's just all grass in there. Oh no, that's bone meal. I mean, that's still kind of useful too. Wrong tool. So it turns out I could probably use a lot of the wood that I have in here for making more things that I'm gonna need. So let me grab that. Puts me up to 5 stacks. And I think we had to say 7, actually, so... I worked so hard for all this wood. All right, 7 stacks of spruce trapdoors. Spruce slabs 381. So how many? 381 by 64. 6 stacks. That's actually perfect. There's 6 stacks right there for the spruce slabs. Oh, I need weight stained glass, and that's 188 of that. Ooh. That's a slight problem. That be a slight problem. I mean, I know I have the glass. It's just a matter of not having the dye for it. Which, what am I talking about? I could just turn the bone meal into, what, 188? 3 stacks of bone meal? Turn into dye, sure. No, I didn't need that much, actually. Wait, did I? 188. No, I probably did not need that much dye now that I'm thinking about it. Man, I really need to use my noggin. Like, I might need half of that. I thought I had glass blocks in here. But no, I just have glass panes. Let's dive on down. Nope, I need to go down here first. Let's do that. Yeah, I didn't even need that much. 188. 64, 128, 196. Yeah, we'll just call it an even 196. At least I know I have the dye now. You know, I should probably put my dye shulker in my ender chest, huh? Probably rename it dyes. I don't know why I've had these just sitting in. Actually, I do know why I had the stone diamond ores, because those are extremely rare. Oh, look at that. I did have green dye. Why do I have torches in there? Just in the maze. I really need to just seriously go through all of my storage stuff and clean it out. I'm so bad at staying organized. It's kind of a problem. Alright, so what? Iron. So we have the glass. We do also have the tough bricks. Yeah, so those need to go into the thingy-madoohicker at some point. Tough brick slabs. While we're down here, we might as well just grab the tough stuff since we're pretty close. Tough brick slabs. Need 100 of those. I actually might have enough. Yeah, that's 100 right there. It's all good. Tough brick walls. I need 120. Tough brick wall. $34. Tough brick walls. Just double checking. 120, that's 100 there. Perfect. Got that. Spruce shelves, I'm not going to worry about that. These are tough brick stairs, 183 of those. Place 428. 196, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just name it even 3 stacks. Might even try to do that. Doesn't matter. Anything else tough? And mark that off. Polished tough walls, 152. I might have had some of those. No? Alright, how many polished tough walls? 152. So that's 86. 128 plus 22 is 150. Literally need 2 more. Cool. That's done. Iron bars. I'll drop this stuff off before we do the next batch of items. So I might have iron bars kind of scattered about through all of my chests. Why is it every time I come out here it is dark? Like, damn. I feel like I don't spend that much time down there, but whatever. All right, so there's all my glass. Is that? Sure, I'll just do that. White stained glass we did get. Yeah, 147 iron bars. I feel like I have some, like, literally scattered all about. Alright, nothing in there. I mean, we have the iron. Just in case there. Nothing there. Oh, that's a creeper. Excuse me, sir. Can you come off that roof, please? Nothing there. No. Nope. Nope. No. Nothing in those two. I didn't leave anything over here, right? Yeah, this is where the new tree farm is supposed to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go back over here. Check to see what I have. More iron just in case, I guess. Nothing in there. Nope. Okay. more iron just in case. Alright. Alright, 16, 32, 48, 64. So I need at least 2 stacks. I'll just do 3. It's really not that big a deal. Alright, so 3 stacks of iron bars. It's good. What else? I think now we're starting to get into some of the more resource intensive things like spruce shelves, deep slate tile slabs, not so much. We might go down to the ancient city for that one. Spruce stairs, 10 stacks of that. That's going to be a majority, if not all, of the wood from this shulker here. Maybe? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a quarter. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost there, actually. Right. Trying to double check my math really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 stacks of spruce stairs. We've got that. Oh, no, not that. Right, so that's good. 10 stacks of soul sand. That's easy enough. Because we have the Soul Sand Valley. Oh, what if we did Soul Soil instead? Honestly, we might do that instead. Soul Soil. I can swap out the Soul Sand and Soul Soil a lot rather easily on the schematic, so this should be rather simple to get. Mother sticky. How did I not get you? Ow! How'd you get me? There we go. That took a few tries, but we got there. Yeah, that's already 5 stacks. I'm more so worried about the items like the shelves, because those are going to take a ton of not only strip logs, But this is going to be a pain. Alright, let's grab what we've gathered so far. And how much are we up to? Seven, almost 8 stacks. Gas, don't even think about it. Eight. 6, 9, yeah. 10. Why are there so many of you? That's what I want to know. A whole bunch of you just spawned out of nowhere. Like, damn. Alright, soul soil there. Done. Deep slate tile slabs. I think that now we're just going to head down into an ancient city for this part. Because 569... 569 divided by 64 is 9 stacks. Is there anything else that's rather simple to get? Packed mud takes a lot of wheat. 20 stacks of stripped spruce logs. 23 stacks of tiles. 34 stacks of spruce logs. 54 stacks of deep slate bricks. Then 146 stacks of spruce planks. Oh man. That's a lot of freaking wood, man. We do have these 4 shulkers that we technically can use up. And actually, you know what? I'm probably going to just... like, the more resource-intensive stuff, like the shelves, the packed mud, and other stuff, I'm going to save that for some off-camera work. So that I'm not doing a ton of unnecessary stuff on stream. So we need to go... where the heck do we need to go? Gonna grab this bed really quick. Another stack of fireworks. I believe we have to go to... gosh, which mountain was it? Might have been... over this way. Or it might have been more north. We'll try the cherry grove first. Actually, I don't think it's cherry grove that I need to go to. But we'll check it anyways. Might as well. Alright, not down this way. Oh, hi, diamonds. Oh, hey, hi, more diamonds. Roth! He's made it. Let me hop into a group. Oh, it's like I never even needed to say anything. Hey, buddy.
Same brain cell.
Same brain cell. How you doing?
I was actually just watching your stream.
That helps too, I guess. I'm trying to remember where the heck that double ancient city was. It was near some water, I know that much.
Very helpful.
I know, right? Because I remember it was near a river. And the main entrance had an amethyst block on it. I swear I thought it might have been somewhere over here, but we just flew past it. It's gonna bother me.
Oh, by the way, I set up a little glow lichen farm.
Oh, okay.
Near the moss farm.
Nice. Probably
It's
end up
not
using that at
anything
some point.
Crazy. So, yeah, feel free to use it or copy it or whatever, because that's what I did. Stole it from someone on YouTube.
Nice. I'm about to get myself lost in the cave. I can already tell. I feel like I just flew through here. Excuse me, pardon me coming through. Ouch. That's my face. Alright, we found our first clue. We could be potentially close. This is going up. I need to go down. Holy lava cave. It's kind of cool. Is it off this way? Leave me alone. I don't know. I'm lost. Like, seriously, how the heck do I not know? So you're just doing a lot of resource gathering tonight?
Probably. Thinking of gathering resources or trying to make a farm of some kind. I really would like a squid farm.
Yeah. We could probably use one of those. At the same time, it's kind of like, where do we put it?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if we're going to be sticking to our theme of building farms around, like, settlements and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it has to be in a river biome. But then we also kind of have to destroy the river that's not part of the farm within a certain radius around it.
Uh-huh.
You kind of have an idea.
He has an idea.
So, way back when, I was like, you know, it'd be cool to make a city on a bridge.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that would be a thing. I mean, I don't know.
Could be. Seeing all these diamonds, I'm thinking to myself, why not just grab them while I'm down here?
So,
Although,
they still squids spawn like under the ice and stuff, or no?
maybe? I honestly don't know. I think we're just gonna pillar up.
See what biome I'm in. Moved everything around on the F3
I think you
screen a
should be
while ago.
able to find it. Lovely Reaper, hello. How you doing? How's it hanging? We're hanging in there. Trying to do some resource gathering in preparations for the next build. But
Okay, they do spawn under the water because I just saw one spawn. Okay, or under
oh,
the
nice.
ice. Okay.
Use the
New
cave.
idea. I might find a section of the iced over rivers here in the snow area, right?
Right.
And then instead of clearing, like instead of just having an ugly thing in the middle of the ice or whatever, well, there still might be an ugly thing in the ice. I gotta figure out what the exact blueprint is, but I was gonna have ice fissures, yeah?
Okay.
Elven ice
Yeah.
fissures. So maybe I could turn it into some kind of ice fishing thing. And then the water under the ice, because you can't even really see the water under the ice. I just replace it with more ice.
Right.
Except for the water that's going to be the part of the farm. I feel like that might be the
I think that could work.
best way to discreetly do that.
You know, I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Sunlight. Yeah, I'm like
Also,
so confused.
a
'Cause I don't think it was
green-
that
green
far.
farm would be nice.
A what farm?
Green farm.
For
String. To
well, like what would you use the
to
string
make
for?
candles, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The string farm. Sorry, it's.
It's like obviously it produces string, but like, what would we use the string
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Is more so what I was trying
Candle.
to ask.
Yeah, I understand now.
Maybe it was. Oh, I ran into a tree. Maybe it was the. Down over this way. Maybe. We'll see. How you doing, Reaper? Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Currently trying to find where the heck I potentially had an entrance to a double ancient city. But it seems I have misplaced it. I feel like I just flew through here. Yeah, I definitely just flew through here. Where the heck is this ancient city? How's my light doing? That's still doing pretty good. I think I have maybe one more idea. Oh, that's a tree. Where the heck this was. Aha! I found it! Finally. Took me long enough. Geronimo! Yeah, I think I'm just gonna clear out as much of this ancient city for everything that I might need out of it. Building block wise. It's mostly cleared out. There might still be like a skulk sensor or two here and there, but it's mostly cleared. Or at least it should be. Alright, so I need... Let's double check the list. Slate tile slabs, 9 stacks. That's a decent amount of slabs. I feel like I needed deep slate tiles too. 23 stacks. So I guess pretty much all of the deep slate tile I can get. Got it. So let's say how much this is tile. Decent amount. Might try to stick to just getting the resources that I need so I don't fill up my inventory too quickly. Yeah. Maybe just stick to one at a time. Man, do you know how many stacks of spruce planks that I'm gonna need?
A lot.
146.
Daggone.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at this for a while. Well, like, I already spent like an hour and a half of my stream today just gathering mangrove wood, and I still didn't get all that I needed. Where are you? Stupid sensor. Remember when we took on this double ancient city together?
Yeah.
How many wardens we spawned?
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
It was fun. For me.
Yeah, because you'd spawn them next to me and then run away. That's not very nice of you. How many tiles can I use? Damn, that's a lot of deep sleep tiles. That's... not necessary. I think some of these outlying structures might be good for tile. Okay, maybe not as good as I thought. I don't know. Oh, hi, diamonds. Oh. Forgot this wasn't Silk Touch. Whoopsies. Well, let me... do that. Yeah, so I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but like I feel like I'm starting to kind of hit my limit when it comes to Duskhearth for the time being. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
it's not finished yet, but like, I need to start to kind of push my mind towards other stuff. Starting other projects so that I don't get burnt out type of thing.
Right.
So I was trying to think of like what I should work on next. I don't know if it's a good time to work on the one settlement like in the spruce forest. I can't show it off because I'm not on the surface. It's right. Like, you know where I said it before, I wanted to put like that castle in the spruce taiga next, relatively close to your place.
Yeah. Kind of.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I actually just thought of this off the fly. Is that like I develop the road some more, and then you know, start to make branches and stuff like that. But also, like as I develop it, that's where I kind of like branch off of and start to put in settlements kind of thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That could be a nice way of going about it instead of just like picking out a spot on the map and just being like, sure, we're gonna go with this one because whatever reason. That might be something I do, but obviously I need to really think about it. So I think I might try to do like a smaller hamlet instead. Like, because a lot of the projects that I have done are like large scale. Like, nothing that I've done so far is small by any means. I think if I were to just bring it down a notch, may even allow me to actually work on something long enough to the point where it can actually be somewhat considered complete.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, spending months on a project like this, I can you know, have something fully built and designed within like 2 months max type deal.
Yeah.
And I obviously am not going to speak for you, but I feel like that could be a potential idea for you too, is like it, because you've spent longer than I have on both of my projects combined on just one.
Yeah. And I don't have near as much to show for it.
But you also don't have as much free time as I do. So like, I'm not faulting you for that by any means. But that's also kind of our thing, is like, we're not forcing ourselves into deadlines either. Whereas with like past projects, like on Beyond Dusk, we're trying to cram projects into such a small timeline where it's like once we get closer and closer, it's just overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should think of like kind of a
smaller scale project to take your mind away from RhymeWheel for a bit of time. Because like you can spend some time away from it, and then it's like you're working on something, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I could go back to RhymeWheel to do something similar to this kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I have future projects planned, but they're not small. Probably.
Yeah.
I think RhymeWheel would have also gone by quicker if I had
More time.
Had more time and kind of like planned more out about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I was on earlier today, gathering resources.
Yeah.
Wood farm now because I needed gray dye to make gray candles. So I went and like scrounged up all the string I could find from our storage systems to just make new candles.
I think I might have had quite a bit of string sitting in my old storage room, like in the way back corner.
That's where I looked, but I couldn't find it.
I thought I did at least. Maybe not. I could be misremembering, but I swear I thought I did. Definitely need to do a better job next time of clearing out all these sensors before coming back. They're making me anxious. Just running through here. Although, like, I know I'm like 95% confident that I've removed all of the things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's just that small percentage. It's like, what if I missed this? What if I missed that? Then, lo and behold, oh, there's a warden charging at me.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, you're right. What am I worrying about?
War never hurt anybody.
And then I'm literally, it's like not even paying attention at some point, and I'm just like mindlessly digging. And then I managed to summon one, and then just very, very faintly off the distance, you just hear. Yep, Z-Man spawned another warden. It's cracked. Deep slate. Double check how many deep slate tie blocks I need. 23. You know, that was probably like the worst time for a cave noise to go off, because it actually genuinely scared me a bit. Like, you've had those days where you're just like aimlessly mining, gathering something down below. And, you know, it could even be a little bit later in the night, then out of nowhere you just hear one of those cave noises that's like, it just actually genuinely startles you.
Yeah.
The absolute worst. A bug flew up my nose.
Why'd you let it do that?
I didn't. It did it without my consent. My nose has been defiled. Good heavens. You know, the other night I couldn't sleep. It was like when I was up till like 4 in the morning because I just couldn't sleep. But I was trying to sleep, and for whatever reason, I was like, it must have been like really hot that night. But I felt something like hard fly into my back, and for a moment I'm thinking to myself, there's absolutely no freaking way that those hornets came back, or the yellow jackets came back and are now flying in my room in the dark. But I freaked out. Like, I felt it hit my back, and it was like an almost instant reaction. I was just like, what the hell was that? Hated it. Those stairs, those are all stairs. Never mind. Where are you? I can hear you. This does not have a... How did I forget to add mending to this? did already get the deep slate pile stamps, right? Stairs, yes, we did get those already. So do not need those. If you need a bunch of candles, I'll try to go through this ancient city too and hold on to those for you.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Since, you know, generally speaking, these ancient cities have a decent amount.
I think you can also find skeleton skulls in there.
Skeleton skulls, yes. Can in fact find those. Are you gonna need some of those as well?
In the future, but not.
Not currently, okay. Yeah, I'm more so asking if there's anything you currently need that I could get for you while I'm down here type deal.
Candles. I have some to last me for a bit.
But the more the merrier. Right?
Yay. Gotta figure out what a realistic amount of skeleton skulls to obtain is. So I want to make like a catacombs with a bunch of skulls along the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, you can use wither skulls, but like I would like some other
Regular ones too. I got you, buddy. I don't think I gathered too many out of this. The first couple go arounds I've been in here. So there should be a decent amount. Still.
Yeah, I think I have one that I got from one. Yeah.
And you still need deep slate iron for future stuff too, right?
Yeah.
I'll make sure. I'll probably just gather that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up being okay for that. Just because I've also been collecting it, and I realized the cave system underneath Rimeweald is a dripstone cave, so it has a lot of iron
Oh, well, that's good.
in it. Yeah.
Almost up to 9 stacks of tiles. That's good. Forgot that there's also a decent amount of smooth basalt in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back up. Hide diamonds. I could hide from me. Can't hide from me like that. Is it crazy to think that this is eventually, in the near future, going to be our longest, like, community project we've worked on in a very long time? Like, well, also ever, I should say. Longest ongoing project. So I think with June, we've reached 19 months or 20 months working on this project now. Because September was when it all started. So September would be 24. August 23. July 22. 21 months. I think. If I did the math correctly. Which I am like 87% certain I did correctly. Don't end. I'm actually really glad that ancient cities have a ton of deep slate tile in them.
Yeah.
This would have been... I mean, realistically, how much time am I saving? Not that much. But at the same time, it is saving me time. Excuse me. You mind? For once, Kitty looks tired. I give it about 20 minutes before she starts running around like a maniac.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
So that put me up to almost 16 and a half stacks out of, was it 23 that I needed? 23. Yes, 23 stacks of deep slate tiles. We're almost there, guys. And honestly, probably after I gather up these deep slate tiles, the rest I can get off camera. So next time, you can actually start construction. You saw my progress that I've posted in the builder chat, right?
Yeah. I think so, at least, unless you did more progress. Just the one from yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did see it okay. I don't know if I actually like talked to you about the whole thought process of it, but like I wanted to like obviously have it be mansion-esque, but also have like subtle keep/castle themes to it too.
Yeah.
I feel like I did a pretty solid job of combining the two, because it is rather unique, because you don't really see much of that, I don't think, or anything that you can recall.
I have no idea. But also my brain is only half functioning, so.
That's fair. That is very valid. My brain is also only like half functioning. And again, I did inhale a lot of very old ceiling tile particles earlier today, so...
Ah, so you got asbestos, is what you're saying.
Probably.
Nice, dude. Workers' comp.
Yeah, I feel like some of those ceiling tiles have not been replaced since that classroom was first used. That's how nasty it was, going up into the ceiling.
Nasty.
And it's like, I get it. Like, drop-in ceiling tiles aren't the cheapest thing in the world, but they can get very moldy very quickly. And you're also having students in those classrooms. Like, you should probably replace those. And like, I kind of mentioned that to one of the maintenance people earlier today too, while we were talking about a project. I'm just like, yeah, it was an absolute nightmare being up in the ceiling. It's like, yep, somebody should do something about it. Yep, yes, they should. Just like, dude's not getting the hint. It's like, talk to your people and get it fixed. Oh, can't do it because of the budget. It's usually the answer that I hear.
Yeah.
Alright, 18, 19. Almost 20 of 23. Okay. Where else can I get a lot of tile? Go, kind of. There's some candles over there. I think there might be a skull or two in here.
Nice.
Maybe not. Psych. Thought there would have been. But maybe somebody came through and actually took it. Could have been the one skull that you actually have.
Yeah. Almost done digging the hole for the squid farm.
Oh, nice.
There is a slight miscalculation with this is I didn't watch the tutorial video all the way through. So there is like an AFK spot way up in the sky that it is saying. So either I will
I feel like
ice
that's
over
relatively
more
easy
of
to
the
hide.
river. Yeah, ice over more of the thing, or do like I know people have made like birds with candles or trapdoors or whatever. So like do something like that and just bring blocks to block around me whenever I AFK there or whatever.
Yeah. Seems like a pretty logical thing to do. What color candles do you mostly need? Or just any candle, really?
Any candle is probably fine. I've mostly been doing dark gray because I've been adding them on top of polished, tough walls. I think because they're a very similar color.
Oh, yeah.
So it adds a little bit more detail that way. But
Fair enough.
I also learned that if you wax signs, they cause less lag.
Wax signs?
Yeah, you can wax signs. I learned that from a wood video the other day. So I
did
built
not know
with
you could
some
do that.
signs on the latest addition to the gatehouse. So I waxed them, and then eventually I'll probably go back to Demnar, and I built with a bunch of signs there, so I'll wax them too. Like, it's not really causing lag now, but like eventually it could cause lag. So just kind of a...
But, like, what was the thought process on that?
On waxing them?
Yeah, like, was there any explanation as to how they could cause lag?
They're just like entities, and when they get waxed, you can't edit them anymore. So that's something with that, I think. I don't remember exactly.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, no idea. Today I learned something new.
Yeah, I learned that like 2 days ago. I was like, huh. Like, today I learned you can wax signs, and doing so will make things less laggy.
Could have fooled me. Tile. Yeah, I still have to think about what I want to do for the crypt near Duskhearth. I feel like I keep saying that I need to do something with it, and then I forget. Because now I'm just remembering the fact that you're like, oh yeah, I want to do like a catacombs of some sort eventually. This could be a decent source of slabs I need. How excited are you for the wool stairs and slabs coming in the next game drop?
Very.
It's going to be so nice to finally be able to do proper market stalls.
Right.
Instead of using the full blocks, you can just use the stairs or just the slabs.
Round them out. Let's just a slight bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be so wonderful. Cannot wait. Even though we probably won't see that until September.
Yeah.
But I don't care. It's worth the wait. I'm also kind of curious as like what else they could potentially add into it.
Yeah.
Because like it seems like a very campy theme. Like very outdoorsy. I have a hunch that like if they're going to do it, like I don't know how they would go about doing it either. It's just like some sort of like bear variant of some kind.
True. We have polar bears, so I don't see why they couldn't add other types of bears.
Yeah. It's like I feel like this could potentially be the game drop where we finally get brown bears in the game. Which could be really cool. Nine, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes, okay. And a little bit extra, which is whatever. Oh, thank God. That took a while, but worth it. Probably have to come back through again for more stuff at some point. There's a whole bunch of candles. Okay. So I might have missed a shrieker there.
Yeah.
The way my heart just absolutely dropped out of my chest. Oh. Terrifying. Anywho's, let's get the heck out of here before I... I'll grab these candles for you before I go. While I'm grabbing these candles for Roth, I think this is where we're going to go ahead and say goodbye for tonight's episode on the Soulless World. Thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out, chatting, lurking, whatever you may have done. I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did and you haven't done so yet, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Check out the links in the description for all my social medias, and consider joining the Soulless World in Discord so you can talk more about the world, lore, and all that other fun stuff if you so choose to do so. And yeah, if you want to see more Soulless World content just like this, consider subscribing. I promise you it's not always this boring. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. Say bye, Roth.
Hi, Roth.